hope this talk will be useful to you in the exercises that you're doing. My interest in cinema really stems from trying to expand the conceptual scope of architectural design, and so I'm very interested in looking at other art forms to see how they can influence and inform our thinking as architects. So I approach cinema from the point of view of being an architect, being a designer, and being someone who's involved in teaching. And so it's a very restricted register that I use to look at cinema. In the book I examine the relationship between cinema and architecture according to a number of different ideas or conditions. One is place, one is space, another is time, one is technology, materiality, and narrative. So they're the main aspects, and of course there are resonances between those two art forms of architecture and cinema through those themes. So it's a kind of thematic investigation of the potential for cinema to inform architectural thinking, and I would hope also working in reverse. So this talk is partially based on the book, and I'm going to follow 4 of the key themes, starting with place, then space, then time, and then framing and assemblage. And as I wrote the book, the idea of assemblage, the concept of assemblage, was foregrounded for me. It comes originally from Simondon, a French philosopher, and then through Deleuze into contemporary philosophy. And it's the idea that, for me, both in architecture and cinema, what we're dealing with is an organization of elements, in other words, an assemblage, where the elements begin to talk to each other and create an environment that is rich in potential. And the way in which we negotiate, navigate, and use that potential is called agency. So what agency do we have in these assemblages that we create, architecturally and cinematically? And so the book is called Agencies of the Frame, which means that when we frame something, either through architecture or through cinema, we create an assemblage, and the use and mobilization of the potential of that assemblage is called agency.